Hi, I'm Ryan Nickel, CTO at DSA, and today I want to talk about generating a custom bathymetry mesh using chart data and an image you may have of a particular offshore or coastal site. So it's pretty typical to have chart data or a schematic of an offshore location, coastal location. Just happens to be for an example of a fish farm, and you can see we have some depth contours here showing depth in meters. Also typically showing a northing and easting direction. So how do we turn this into a custom polygon mesh that we can use for analysis in ProteusDS? We're going to show that using Rhino. So we'll go ahead and open up Rhino. We want to make a new file using large objects and meters. So the first thing you want to do is use the picture command, and then you can actually directly select the chart picture that you have. Now you want to make sure that it's inserted to scale in meters, and oftentimes you'll have the UTM coordinates of the corner location or some location in the image. So we're going to do the top left of the image. This has been offset. It's a real site, but it's offset. So just do 1000, 1000 for the top corner. And then the other corner of the image to scale is 530, 0.41, 444.13 for the second point. There we are. So now the image is now inserted to scale in meters in our Rhino file. Now the problem is it's so big you might have lost sight of it. So what we'll do is we'll go Cell All to select everything in the project here and go ZSA to zoom out and see everything. So there's our picture to scale in meters of the real whole site. It's often convenient to have the some location of the point of interest near the Proteus reference frame location. So what we're going to do is move this image and everything over so that the 0 point of the coordinate system is just under this node. It's a little bit arbitrary, but it just makes it a little bit easier to work with when everything's kind of close to the Proteus coordinate frame. So move, and it's select object to move, click on the image, press enter, and we want to go point to move from. Now I happen to know the corner of the farm location in our local coordinates here is 1312.75 and then 674.86. There, now it's moved over, point to move to 0, 0, enter. So again, it may have moved a lot, so what we can do is go to Cell All, ZSA to get that back in the frame position. So, for example, if I just click here on the corner and move it over, you can see that that's totally lined up. I'm going to undo. I don't want to actually move it there. I'm just showing you that it's moved to a convenient location. The next step, what we need to do is make sure that the what's indicated in the chart here, the northing and easting, actually lines up with the ProteusDS coordinate frame. Now you can see in the Rhino, remember the Rhino coordinate frame doesn't necessarily mean the same thing as the Proteus coordinate frame. The Proteus coordinate frame, the X and Y is on the calm water surface with positive Z pointing down, and positive X is pointing in the northern direction, positive Y is pointing in the eastern direction. You can see we don't have that lined up correctly. So the easiest thing to do is complete the rotations now with the image before we start adding and drawing out the bathymetry mesh. So the first thing we're going to do is in the top view, we're going to make a rotation so that the northern direction on the image here lines up with positive X. So go rotate command, select the image in this top view, press enter when done. Now center of rotation, we're just going to do 0, 0. And the first reference point we're going to do is 0, 1. And then to complete the rotation, the second point we specify 1, 0. It's essentially doing that, that 90-degree rotation there. And now you can see we've got the northern direction lining up with positive x just like we want. But we still got to deal with the eastern direction. In fact, that's got to get flipped all the way around. So after we're done flipping this around, the numbers are going to be, and everything we'll see in the back of the image, but it's pretty straightforward. So let's go down to the right view here, and we're going to do rotate again. So we want to rotate about a different axis than last time. And we'll go center rotation, 0, 0. And the first reference point, 0, 1. The second reference point to complete the rotation, 0, -2. And there we go. It looks a little funny because we're looking at the underside of the image. But ultimately, we have the north lined up with positive x and the east lined up with positive y. I'm just going to save my file now. Bathymetry alignment. We'll continue on to the next step and creating points and polylines that follow along the contours. Watch for that in the next video.